Yeah, I figured it was there.
It's funny, why did I do it right in the middle of the trail?
I started the car a few times, charged it up. Had to charge my phone. It'll be interesting what my mail says today.
I would have went there.
Huh?
Forgot to bring my Pepsi with me.
Huh. You can go back up if you want. Yeah. It's your Friday. I figured out some interesting facts. You want to hear them? Huh?
I don't know what it's about.
Okay, well, I started hiking the Mulberry Bush Trail and recording it, right? Figured 150 miles. So then I started thinking about my hikes when I was a kid and how many miles did I hike in Colorado. Because we went up here and we hiked. I figured between being here and the 1,800 miles I probably hiked in the last 5 years, with all the trips and everything else and all the hiking we've done, plus all the hiking in the yard, I figured 2,000. When I figured, plus me coming up when I was a kid and everything else and hiking around these areas, when I figured out everything that I probably hiked, I figured out maybe about 10,000 miles. Because hiking is one of the things that I've always done, because I've always hiked. I could be off a couple thousand miles, but I bet you at least 8 to 10 over the years. What do they do at Boy Scouts? Hike. What do you do at Girl Scouts? They hike. What do you do at school retreats? This and that. You hike. You always hike to see up there some animals or something that somebody found that they thought was really damn cool. But this view is just—it's phenomenal. This is good stuff. Definite no on Congress. Well, unless they call and I don't know. Vanessa said Erica's not with them anymore. I wonder what happened to her.
Maybe she's living on her own.
Huh?
Maybe she's living on her own, or with a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
Well, that's what I want to find out. What happened to my family? I don't know if her family had any different. Hoping they did. It's been a fun day. I started to worry, sorry. You should have hiked up farther.
Why?
So I could have.
Hike up further worrying about me?
No, I wasn't too worried about you. I figured you were around somewhere, but I heard some weird noises. And that's what I was worried about.
I ain't worried about noises.
You're not a girl either. I did what you did with your sandwich. I threw the rest of mine out for the animals. Figured I went, well, you know, the animals will love me for it. It's out in the middle of nowhere. It's a dog or somebody's animal or birds or anything's going to go over there and go, thank you. So you need an ass.
To start my trip thing.
Huh? I wonder how many miles I bike hiked.
It was only 2.9 miles. How could it be a mile and a half up there and only a mile and 4/10 back?
Go back the same way?
Well, yeah, it's only one trail.
So you had a dead zone somewhere. That's what I was complaining about, the dead zones.
Well, and I kind of hiked off trail a little bit going up. Then I came more of a straight shot coming down instead of...
Did I ever say I love you?
I don't know.
You don't care?
I'm tired of hearing it.
What'd you say?
Nothing, maybe. Just makes me feel like shit.
Huh?
Nothing. How far off that road goes that way? I mean, it's not really a road anymore, but... So I got all the way back to where it... I wonder if that's where that trailer is right there. Or maybe that's the tent.
Maybe that's the house. Can't see it.
We were right up there.
That's the tent. That's the tent up there.
On that corner, yeah.
That's definitely the tent.
So that was it. So this must be Black Mountain. This is where I was hiking.
Uh-huh. Do you remember going towards Black Mountain before?
I've never been up that way.
Huh?
I've never been up that way.
Well, you remember going towards it.
What do you mean?
There's Black Mountain.
Well, yeah, that's the way the trail went.
Okay.
It was just, it basically came up and kind of followed the edge of the top edge of this, because I could hear the road. I mean, I heard people driving down the road.
Yeah, but you say that every time you come by here. I got one message on my TLC phone. I would actually like one of these. Hike up in between those two fields. See what's in it.
Up around here, about a quarter mile from where I turned around, there was this, it looked like there had to have been a waterfall in springtime. Because it just dropped down into a big ravine and then,
You went all the way up this today?
yeah, went all the way up into,
Today?
yeah. Back to where I started climbing again, is where I turned around.
I was looking the wrong way for you. I went that way.
This is the road we went down earlier, and there was that one rock road
Yeah.
that you said. It's exactly a mile and a half, or right at a mile and a half from on my map thing, because I stopped and looked. And actually, that's where I turned around, because there was a nice sitting log there, and I sat there and smoked a hit. And bummed I didn't bring my Pepsi, and decided to hike back.
The reason why I don't go with you some days because you hike further than I can.
I know.
That's why I go around where I do. I see. I like
But
it.
this, I mean, after you get out past the initial, it was really pretty up there. It's a really easy hike.
I don't know why I like the dark side of the woods. Not why I like the dark side of the woods, but I do.
It's pretty up there. It's all dark. You got a couple of views looking down valley. A couple of meadows.
Quiet. There's nobody out there. There's nothing out there. You're away from the road.
Here's birds. see
I
the
thought I
chicken.
saw snow up there, but I realized it couldn't have been snow because it was too warm that night. It had to be too warm that night, so it had to be something else. And then I figured out it was probably mushrooms. See, maybe I should pull a few of these for Jason. And I said, nah, because then he's going to be expecting stuff like that. One, if something happens to him, because those mushrooms would have killed my cousin's dad, Harvey Turner. If he wasn't a mushroom freak or pothead drug addict, he'd still be alive. So are his kids. All three of them are the Julie's kids. Yeah, both the kids in there told us are like that. Donald doesn't talk to me anymore. I haven't tried to get a hold of Julie yet. She probably talked to me. I didn't like her. Did it? My legs were starting to get sore.
Yeah, mine are getting more sore too. Towards the end.
Well, most people don't hike a lot, but I've always been mountain kid.
If I'm gonna do a distance hike, I need to hike a lot more than just 2 to 3 miles.
Oh, I know. I've always wanted to live in the mountains. I've always wanted to be in the mountains. I didn't like the city. So I was in Mount Laguna and I hiked along the route there. I used to hike from Poway to I think I made the hike from El Cajon to Poway, or from the Mesa to Poway a couple of times. When I was dating Joe when I was a teenager, about 15, 16 years old. Get out in the woods, show up the times. He goes, did you walk again? I said, yeah, don't do that. Too well out. He said, okay. A little squirrel on the big old rock over there. I thought it was a rock. It is. Nodded. can't see it.
It's just, it looks like a dirt trail where and there's an old sign.
Nice. Quiet little trail.
Well, that should go up and meet. I want to say that should go to California Park. Where it comes out there.
So that's what you're doing. You're mapping out the area for your long walks, right?
What's that?
You're mapping out the area for your long walks, right?
Okay. Well, just like, because you could drop me off there and then drive. Like, for this one, you could have drove around and picked me up at the reservoir. It'd taken you probably an hour to get to the reservoir, and another maybe hour and a half you'd have to wait for me or something. Because it was only 5 miles. I could make that 3 hours easily. Or hike there and back, but then I'm looking at a 6 to 8 hour day. That's a lot of hiking. I just did a few longer walks. I'm trying to start conditioning myself. I'm never going to